For Bristol Rovers, it has not been the start to the League Two season that they would have wanted under Darrell Clarke. After a summer that promised so much despite the relegation that they suffered from League One last season, the incoming arrival of Clarke, as well as many new players and his support staff, suggested that Bristol Rovers were in for a positive season in which they could have seen promotion gained back to England's third tier. Now that still remains a possibility, but the start of the season that they have had has not been positive at all, losing the majority of their matches and only picking up their first point of the season recently in a 0-0 draw at home to Oldham Athletic. Next up for the Gas is Cambridge United at the Memorial Stadium in a repeat of the first round of this season's Carabao Cup earlier this month. On that occasion, it was Cambridge who won by 2-0, with Bristol Rovers therefore probably looking for a bit of revenge in this fixture. Let's hear what Clarke had to say ahead of the two sides meeting once again.
Yeah, listen, it's been a manic period. There's been quite a few changes at the training ground, obviously changes in personnel. A lot of changes in what I want the culture and the environment to be, but I think testament to the lads really and all the staff. We've got a lot of new staff, a few new players obviously in the building, and it's gone really well on a lot of aspects of that. So been pretty pleased with regarding the environment, shall we say. So yeah, plenty of work to keep continuing to that to make sure the non-negotiables are met with the way we do things, the way we go about our business, but been pleased with it.
Yeah, with the culture, is that ongoing, getting it how you like it, or have you managed to get that sorted from the day one, if you like?
Yeah, I think, listen, you got to get lads to understand how I work, but most of the time when you come into the club, the players have done their own work on who the manager's coming in. I've managed a lot of players now in the lower leagues of the EFL, so word quickly gets around what I'm like as a person and how I manage. So I think that helps. So that straight away I think earns the respect, and it also makes sure that we get what we need it to be without anybody thinking that they're bigger than the football club, shall I say. And the lads have responded really good with that.
And the squad you have at your disposal now going into that first game, are you happy with your squad?
You always want more, don't you, as a head coach? But I think time's going to tell. Listen, what I will say is by the end of the transfer window, I think we'll be a lot stronger squad than when we started with. That I can guarantee. So these things take a little bit of time. Always bits and manoeuvres. You know, we see how we start the season. A lot of games in August as well. So I've said this, and I've said this a few times. I think we'll be player trading right until the last day of the window, and for me, it's all about coming out of the window a lot stronger than we went into it. With of course, of obviously getting relegated, there has to be a lot of changes. The financial implications of that has a massive effect as well. So we have to work away, control that, and try and get a really competitive squad together by the end of the window.
The easy question to ask you is how many more players would you like to bring into the club? But you said the word trading there. Is that kind of part of it? It might depend on how many players you lose, how many players you bring in.
Yeah, it is, because we no disrespect, relegation comes at a cost, doesn't it? The club lost an awful lot of money over the last couple of years, and we can't sustain that. So with that, as it becomes where we have to start acting a little bit more sensible within our means to make sure that we then get the right squad of players as well. And sometimes you lose one or two players on the way with that, and which I don't have a problem about. For me, it's the nature of how football works. It's the way the game is, and you know, we're probably no different to most clubs. We play player trading all the time.
It won't be fair on players to name them specifically, but you'll have players who are assets. How much of you is keen to keep those assets, and how much of you is thoughtful about the player they might want to move on and also get a transfer fee for the football club? Is there a few things to weigh up on that?
In League Two,
League Two, there we are.
Everyone's replaceable. Listen, I manage League One, League Two, I've managed a lot of games in League One now. Every player is replaceable. Yes, it's how we work and how it is. The biggest thing is and trying to get success at football clubs is how quickly can you connect a group.